a record of the delightful piece they're going to play this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, 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 your attention, please, attention, please, attention, please.
And now the moment we've been waiting for is here.
Hi, my name's Kyle, and I've been coming to youth since I was in year 9.
My name's Kyle.
Can you do a whole thing?
Hey, my name's Kyle, and I've been coming to youth since I was in year 9. Along the years, I brought a few of my friends, like Adriana, Pam, and Terry, and I just enjoyed coming to youth so much, I felt like I just had to bring my friends along. So there was a time in my hang time when Dave was my hang time leader. He just really encouraged us to bring our friends to youth. So after that, I just felt really inspired to go to my school, and that's when I started to invite Pam. And she was one of the key people that helped me bring along people like Terry and Adriana. And it kind of just started this chain reaction where the rest of my friends just wanted to come along as well.
I'm Pam. Kyle invited me along to youth one night. We were both in a high school band together, and he thought it'd be cool to come along and see him play drums. And so I came along and got connected in to youth ministry here, and before you knew it, we were teaming up together and we were inviting all of our friends along to youth and just getting them to come along, and they were all getting connected in as well, and it was just this really cool movement that we had going along in our high school. And before you know it, I started going to church and I got saved, and then a couple of years down the track I started working here at the church as a receptionist, and now just like hitting up some of our departments here in leadership, but then also just volunteering in a lot of different areas in our church. And I'm super happy that he invited me along, and I'm happy to be where I am in life at the moment.
It's your responsibility to do something.
I know Kyle from high school. I needed to do an assignment for my sound course, and he invited me to do it at youth. And so I came early one Friday night, and I was watching the winter camp testimonies, and yeah, I knew Kyle from primary school, so I thought it was really cool when I heard his testimony, because I just never really knew Kyle in that way. I went to winter camp the week after, and I invited my sister along, and we both got saved. Now we both go to church, and I'm a youth leader here at One Youth, and life's good. I don't know what to say. Please edit this out, Sam.
I'm Terry. I remember when I was back in school, I used to be a high achiever. I'm Terry. I remember when I was back in school, I used to be all about the work and all about achieving, getting high grades for success and just reaching up to the next level in my career goals. And that was just really all I focused on. One of my close friends, Kyle, he was always badgering me on about, you should come to youth, you should come to youth. And I didn't really have any idea, growing up in a Catholic background, I didn't have any idea what that meant. And he just kept pestering me, and some friends were going, but he just really wanted me to come there. I don't know if he remembers this, but I remember it very clearly. He said to me one time, he was like, "Hey dude," I don't know if it was at youth or at school. He said, "Hey dude, you look like a worshipper." I had no idea what that meant. Coming up from a Catholic background, I didn't even know what a worshipper was. And I remember walking home, we used to walk home together. He used to live really close to me. And we used to talk about, just his faith. I used to talk about the Bible and talk about God and talk about my faith, talk about my background. And to cut a long story short, he just kept badgering me, and I was reluctant at first. But after a while, as I saw my friends go, I eventually joined in. And coming here the first time was weird, but as I developed and as I just went to church and was a regular attendee, I decided to go after God. And after that, I asked God, "Are you real? I want an encounter like everybody else is saying," because they're all talking about encounters. And eventually, one night I remember when Tim Hall came. And I was like, "God, if it's not now, if you're not going to give me an encounter, then I'm just going to give up on you completely, give up on my faith, because there's no point of moving forward in something that is not real." And I remember one night in church, Tim Hall came in, and he he was praying for people, laying hands on people, people are falling over. And I was like, God, you know, this is all fake, this is all hoax. And I went forward, and as I went forward, Tim Hall reached over. He was you know, about 2 feet away from me, and he's like, Jesus, and all of a sudden I fell to the ground. And from that moment I knew that, you know, Jesus was real, and I just kept pursuing God. And now I'm a youth leader, you know, pursuing God. I felt like God's called me to be a preacher, and so we're just going to look like what the future is going to be with God.
I'm Julian, and basically I started coming to One Youth after my brother Terry invited me. He was invited by Kyle Bauer a few years back, and then I started coming when he invited me to summer camp. Life was changed, and now I'm a youth leader. So I come to church every Sunday. You know, I'm just trying to grow my faith with God, and One Youth's the perfect place. And yeah, I'm happy to have an impact in other people's lives and see how God's using me.
Through that act, I was able to see God plant a seed in their lives, and now today they're still serving in our church.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I've been going to One Youth KC for 3 years. Right, so basically I was dragged along by my parents. I didn't really know much about what was going to happen. I just knew it was just a bunch of people hanging out. I didn't really know, I knew it was in a church, but I just expected it to just be fun and games. And that's what it was first off for me, was just a bit of fun. That's like how I used to think of youth. I guess for me, like the whole God thing was just talk. I didn't really get it for a long time, and I'd been in youth for at least a year, and like I wasn't really getting it. And then it got to the point where I just had this incredible encounter with God, and then it like changed every previous thought about it. And yeah, here I am.
Hi, I'm Christy, and I've been going to One Youth KC for about a year. Before youth, I wasn't really in the right headspace. I wasn't really like happy, and then one of my friends told me to come along to this thing that she was going to, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like, she didn't tell me it was like to do with like Christians or anything, so like I was like, yeah, sure. And then when I got there, I was like, wait, no, I don't want to do this. And then once I started getting into it, it was really good and I loved it. I found it difficult to keep going back because I didn't really know what it was all about. But like all the leaders were like, oh, are you coming next week? And like I didn't want to be like, nah, this isn't really for me. So I just came, and then I figured it out, like what's for me, and it's like, it's for everyone. So when my friend invited me to youth, I didn't know it was going to change my life. And I'm glad I went, and I'm glad I like stayed and didn't like leave and not go back. It's really good.
Hi, I'm Samala, and I'm from Lynbrook campus, and I just want to tell you a bit about my story. So about a year ago, my friend from school, Rachel, who's now a youth leader, told me about faith. So one day I came with my mum and I really liked it, and then Rachel told me about the youth group, and I'd never been to a youth group and I was really, really scared, but then as soon as I got there, it just felt so comfortable, like another family, and I just loved it. And then, because I loved it, I decided to tell my friends about it. So I invited my best friend Lily, and she came and she loved it, which made me really happy because she was always like, nah, I don't want to come, so that made me real happy. And then the youth leaders do a school program at our school, so me and Lily help out with raffle tickets and stuff, and it's really good. So I just encourage you all to come to youth.
Hey fam, my name is Dee, and I'm from the Lynbrook campus, here to talk to you about what God's done in my life. So I came to Lynbrook about 2 years ago and knew nothing about God, but I was raised in a Christian family. Then came to faith, knew that there was heaps of islanders and heaps of food, so I was like, yo, that's a bonus. Then my auntie came here and asked, do you want to be a part of the youth? And I was like, yes, okay, because I'm open to doing anything. So I joined the youth, and whoa, God like put heaps of things on my life, and you know, really inspired me to do more and be a part and like serve Him. And within that time, here I am now. I'm more stronger, knowing that God's in my life. I've overcome much more, and I know how to deal with things more. So if you are wanting to come to youth, and Lynbrook's a pretty good place to be, and yeah. Peace.
So, my name's Gerard, and I've been coming to youth for a while now. So when I first came, it was like year 7 or 6, I'm pretty sure. And like, I didn't really know anyone, but it was really inviting. But I've always felt like inviting people to youth and stuff. So I invited one mate from school, and that led to another and another, and I'm like, it was kind of like a chain. So first I invited someone, then we worked together to invite the other person, and we worked together to invite the other person, and then the other person invited other people. So when I first invited someone, it was year 7. And I just really felt like I should invite them because, you know, first I felt alone. Like, I was just like, damn, I don't really know anyone here. But I invited them because I just felt the calling to invite them. And then that led to another person. I always felt the calling to invite people and tell people about God. So, and then it led to another person. And, you know, then now I see how much has happened in our hang time. And it wasn't only me, it was all of us working together. So, at first, I was pretty afraid. I was like, damn, what would this person think of me? Because when I was in year 7, I didn't really know the person that well. I just played soccer with him. So I was like, damn, I was the person like says no. But, you know, I thought it was the right thing to do, just have a crack at doing it. So I did it, and yeah, now look what's happening. Everyone's just coming to youth now, and it's really good. So, but it wasn't only me, it was all of us working together to invite people to youth, and now I see them and all of us working together to make a change. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Rahul Naidu, and I've been coming to youth for about, possibly like starting from today, for about like a year or so. It started when my mate Gerard invited me over to come here. So I went, sussed it out, and then I started to really like it. Like everything, the vibe was awesome, the people were nice. And then basically from there, I went to winter camp, and then winter camp changed my life. Like, oh man, like spiritually, I was so close to God. Everything was just amazing at winter camp. And then after winter camp, I just came to youth. I was just me. I just loved One Youth. One Youth has changed my life for the better, definitely. During winter camp, there was this pastor that was there. His name was David Hall. And then me being me, well, every time a pastor would speak, I would always tune out. I just found it was so boring. It was just so, you know, oh, God is good, God is that. But David Hall really challenged me in a sense. He wanted me to get closer to God. And for the first time ever, I was actually, you know, going for the challenge. I wanted to be closer to God. And when he called people up, who wanted to speak in tongues, who wanted to get closer to God, I don't know what went over me, but I went up. And then after when I went up, he touched me and he said to feel the power of God. After that, I just fell to the floor and it just all went black. From right after that, I get people telling me that I was speaking in tongues, I don't know what went over me. And from there, I knew that God really wanted me. He really wanted me to get closer to him. He really wanted me to, you know, just to pursue him in everything that I do. And then right after that, from that day forward, I was running to God, I was praying, I was doing everything I could to get closer to him. Winter camp really changed my life then. And honestly, I'll never trade that experience for anything else in the world.